Send me the shit. I'll do it.
Welcome back, everybody, to Maniacal Music Musings, the show guaranteed to make me famous. Well, at least me. So make sure to like and subscribe. Our music taste doesn't suck, I promise you, especially after a few glasses of rosé. I'm your host, Jeremy. Here, after the dopamine sucked me dry and my childhood died, this is what I was left doing. Yeah, it is what it is. My co-host, though, hopefully he doesn't give me his letter of resignation after this introduction. He's secretly here undercover for the last emperor of the land of the sun. You all know his name. He told me luck is a fine thing, but you need to hear my confession. Which is basically when I found out that he's a superhero who's been around since the Civil War because he found no happiness in slavery. It's a pretty impressive thing. They should make a movie out of it. He likes to get physical in shallow graves. The return of the Mosh Lord himself, CJ, the motherfucking music god Plane.
What's up, guys? I am here.
I was amped up. Oh, yeah. Tell me about that one. But yeah, I was amped up to write that last part after listening to our albums today. So, had a little bit of that energy going. But, folks, we are back once again. And as always, we bring in awesome guests because we're cool. Our guest this week, a fellow member of the New England Podcasters Group, the first of many you'll hopefully see in the show in the next couple months. I am being joined, well, we are being joined, who am I, by Jennifer Ginty, host of When Not Yet Becomes Right Now. Welcome, Jen.
Thank
so
you so
glad
much.
this day finally came.
Yes, thank you so much for having me on. I've been waiting for this day. It's been quite a journey.
It's the journey's not quite over yet. But so tell us, Jen, what is When Not Yet Becomes Right Now? I mean, okay. I kind of know, of course, but for everybody else out there.
Yeah. So my background is that I live with complex PTSD and depression from childhood abuse. I'm very open about it, talking about it. I created a doll for children called My Moody Monster, which you can tear apart and get all your frustrations out with. And I started going on mental health podcasts and parenting podcasts talking about Moody. But I found that I was telling my story of how I kept pushing off of my healing journey. From fear, from, timing. I was in college after I just put my abuser in prison. And I just wanted to have a, quote, normal life. So I kept pushing it off until my brain finally said, right now is when you need to do this. So I put together a, mental health team and I started on that healing journey. And when I kept telling that story, I realized so many other people have these kind of stories. It may not be like a childhood healing journey, but life journeys in general. I've had a lot of people on with medical journeys, those kinds of things. And I've been loving sharing those stories. And I'm actually going to hit 50 next week. And it's been 1 year since I started the pod.
Well, 50, never would have guessed it. But, but man, and 1 year since starting the pod, that's pretty cool in its own way. This show is going on, if I could have my memory even, it's got to be 3 years now, I think. I don't really have the exact date we started in my top of my head. I'll wait for the Facebook memory to come up someday again. But it was about 3 years ago that me and my original co-host started this show. And yeah, it's been 3 years of a lot of scheduling. But yeah, it's fun. So let's get into it. I know you're dying to talk about them, and I'm dying to hear the reason why, because I've been hearing their name screamed at me for the last couple months. What album did you want to bring, and why did you want to bring it?
Well, I picked 9 Inch Nails, their second, it's their EP. It was the second, quote, album that Trent Reznor put out. And the backstory to it is that I just started college and I had been, living off of Pretty Hate Machine throughout high school. And before that, I'm a big industrial fan, Ministry, Pigface, Swans, I did a lot of I loved a lot of great industrial groups. And I was looking forward to hearing what Trent Reznor was going to put out. So I was at school and I walked my ass down to Tower Records on Newbury Street. And I picked up that CD, put it in my disc, my disc man, and fell in love with the new sound that Trent Reznor had put out with it.
Yeah. Well, actually, I know he's going to have more experience than me on this, so I'll let him go first. CJ, what did you think of Gen CD?
Okay. I love Trent. I respect Trent. Adore Pretty Hate Machine. I like the songs on this record, but I absolutely hate the production of this record. It's so loud and abrasive. The song's just like, dun, 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 or like right from the beginning. There's no subtlety. It's so overpowering on the production side of it. It completely takes away from what are actually really good songs. Pretty Hate Machine has that sort of ebb and flow, and it's but this one is just and even I've always thought that, but even more so since I've started the music production and the bachelor's degree. When I hear these songs, I'm just like, ugh, like that. It's just, it rushes out at you like a train. And it's just like, dude, that's just unnecessarily aggressive on the production side. I get it. It's Trent. That's what Trent does. But, there's a lot of instances where Trent doesn't do this. And this is like this is sort of like the one thing Trent has that is just on the production side. Trent really needs to go back and kind of, remix this to a little less abrasive.
Well, a little backstory on it is that the guys who owned Pretty Hate Machine and wanted a new album, they wanted another Pretty Hate Machine, and Trent was like, fuck you.
Yeah.
And was just like, he actually did this undercover. Like, he didn't let anyone hear it except for him and Flood. And and I think it was a lot of anger and pretty much the middle finger up at them, like, no, I'm not going to make you another, like, electronic, like, smooth move type of thing.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of one of the Skinny Puppy records, and I can't remember the name of it, but there's a Skinny Puppy record that is sort of the same way. It could come rushing out at you, like really, or I'm sorry, not Skinny Puppy, Screw is who I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Burning in Water, Drowning in Flame is the record I'm thinking of, and it's the same way. Like, it just bum rushes you out of the speaker. It's just really, really super bombastic, and it's just like, okay, dude, pull back on the abrasiveness just a hair. Let the songs have a little breathing room, other than just being this like cacophony of whatever they are. But I love Trent, I really do, and I love all the things Trent has not only done himself, but he's inspired in others. People, Jeremy knows, everybody who's listening to this knows, I'm a massive fan of Clayton, of Cell Dweller and Scandroid. And you can obviously see and hear the influence that Trent has had on Clayton's work with Circle of Dust and Scandroid and that. And you can hear it with Manson, and you can hear it with Pig, and with the stuff that Ogre has done, and all of these different people. So, please don't take this as me not liking Trent. I really do.
No.
This is just kind of a really loud, abrasive record to me. And it doesn't let the good songs really kind of breathe and be what they are. Because there's some good songs on this record after you sort of you know, crawl underneath the you know, avalanche of nasty production that he puts on this thing. So yeah, anyways, that's what I have for Broken.
See, you had me all excited for a hot second, CJ. I thought the first artist you're going to name that he influenced was going to be the one I was thinking of, and then you're like, oh, and Jeremy knows I love this person. I'm like, fuck, it's not the person I'm thinking of, and I was like, god damn, how did he not put Manson first? And anyway, it just says Manson, like by and by, like it's not the greatest thing to come out of Trent Reznor. Like fucking Christ.
I mean,
but
Manson's good and whatnot, but Manson had a whole army of stuff before Trent came along with
the Spooky Kids.
The Spooky Kids and all of that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he had a whole huge following in Florida before Trent come along.
Oh, he did, but he never would have got as big as he was and became the infamous person he was in the 90s without Trent's influence. I don't think.
You know, and I disagree with that because Manson is one of them people, man, that he was controversial enough that he was going to do something. And if it wasn't Trent, it was going to be Tim Skold. It was going to be one of the guys from KMFDM. It was somebody in that genre was going to come along and see Manson and think the same thing Trent thought. Controversy sells, and we can milk this for the money that it is. So
the thing I love about the whole thing with Manson, though, is that Manson could never keep up with Trent. Like if you watch the video of Gave Up, he is sweating bullets trying to keep up on the guitar with Trent. And I just, every time I see it, I laugh because I like Manson. I like his music. I mean, I don't love the guy, but the music, I always really enjoyed his stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Trent's more of a pure musician. Manson kind of has always wanted to be like David Bowie. But he didn't have he didn't have the subtlety Bowie had, you know.
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, David Bowie's one of his biggest idols, for God's sake. But it's I don't know. And he did work with Tim Skold eventually, but Tim Skold wouldn't have came in until way too late. He would have fizzed out in Florida and eventually died off without Trent coming in. I think it would have been a phase for Florida.
Maybe,
but,
and it's possible, but I don't know.
I mean, yeah, Manson had the look. That's what sold was his look more than anything. He looked like the creepy kid that all the other creepy kids wanted to follow, literally. And and you know how much I love him as a artist person, CJ, and you know how much I used to love him as a person. I mean, there's been some controversy lately.
I mean, the thing with Manson was Manson had that G.G. Allen mental nihilism. So he was always going to grab attention for doing something that he probably shouldn't have been doing. So maybe it wouldn't have been musically, but it could have been music, movies. It could have been a ton of things. Somewhere along the line, Manson was going to be.
Yeah, I mean,
he's
a good actor. I mean, I've seen a lot of the shows he's been on. He's a good actor. That's for damn sure. Mm-hmm. But I mean, him in Californication for that one season was freaking amazing. But as far as this EP goes, I like Nine Inch Nails. Don't get me wrong. Closer is one of my favorite fucking songs in the world. But that song it's right no matter what you're doing. But I never really got into Nine Inch Nails like too big. The industrial stuff, like a Manson's, as far as I go into that usually. Like I don't go past it unless I have to for the show. But I mean, I always appreciate Nine Inch Nails and respected what they've done for the industry as a whole. And this EP actually wasn't bad. I was in a really fucking stressful, pissed off mood this morning, and that's the first thing I put on when I got into work to go through my emails, and I was like, this is just so soothing right now. I can dig this. I could freaking dig this. This is taking out all the anger, all the angst, and it's just riding this freaking high of metal. I'm like, I'm down with this for my first thing in the morning. It got me through like my first hour and a half between phone calls. So I was like, all right. I'm like, I dig the CP, and I'll get to this more when I get to my top 5. But there's a certain song I didn't know Nine Inch Nails even did originally, and I'm like, oh, they did this? I'm like, that makes sense kind of now, and that's awesome. and that just kind of blew me away. So I was like, all right, guys, I think I maybe knew one song on this album. I think I knew one song before I listened to it today. So it was kind of a new exposure to Nine Inch Nails for me because whatever album Closer's on, that one I've heard in full a
Downward
bunch.
Spiral.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
And that was the one right after, and that's where he kind of like moved into from Broken. He was like feeling out his what he wanted to do next, and then brought it into the Downward Spiral.
Yeah, Downward Spiral. Go ahead, CJ.
I'll show you something that, as far as Trent, I actually have an unpublished short story that I can't use because
Sanctified.
It's an erotic vampire story that's based on the song, and
very cool.
It's based on a goth club in Detroit as well, or it's based inside of a goth club in Detroit. But because of the lyrical content being part of the story itself, basically the female, the antagonist, is a vampire, and her mental thoughts when she's doing this stuff to my main character, her brain, her thoughts are the song Sanctified.
Nice.
And it's basically, people have said, we'll just take it out of the story, and it's that sort of defeats the storyline because it's a central part of her thought process of in this final climax scene as she's going through the actions. Sanctified is literally like the music, it's the background, and it's her thoughts. And if you strip that away, then you kind of lose the aggressiveness of the scene. So it's literally an unpublished short story because going through the whole legal process of
the copyright and all that,
contacting Trent and having Trent approve it, and then the costs involved would be far greater than anything I would ever make off a 20 or 30 page short story. So so I do love Trent. Don't get me wrong. It's just Sanctified is my song. That's the song that it's just always had this spot in my heart, man. There's something about that song that I love.
Sell it as a short to somebody doing a horror series and get them to get the rights to the song for that short.
Well, that's the way you do it, as well as doing like a short film with it, because then it becomes an issue.
The soundtrack.
You are just using it as part of it. It becomes a song as part of a soundtrack, and you're paying for it on that level, as opposed to it being the central part of a story. Because with it being the central part of a book story, then he gets sort of 50% of that story for the basis. If you're doing it as the movie, but it's just one song in it, then it's okay. He gets a songwriting credit as opposed to the bigger chunk. And it's much easier to get a song approved for a movie than it is to get a book approved based off of pre-existing copyright. Believe me, I've gone through this whole process for years of trying to find an avenue, a loophole around the process, and the laws are pretty straightforward and well written. There's not a lot of loopholes or gray areas with them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is why I should be a business coach. I'm just saying, but
I know, and I would love to publish it because it's a great story. But
send it to me. I want to read it.
I can send you after the show. Send me or leave your email with me, and I'll definitely let you read it. It's a very good story.
Sounds great.
So.
Well, I mean, and this EP definitely set my day today, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. I mean, it didn't even make me want to listen to other Nine Inch Nails stuff anymore, but I mean, it is heavy. I'm not. CJ's right about that. It is heavy, but there are certain times I need the heavy shit, so I can dig that. For like, if I was having a good morning, it might not have sat me as well. I might have been like, "Oh, this is rough." But I mean, today it just kind of was like I need this therapy. But here's the fun part, as always. What are your top 5 tracks on it, Jen?
Me. Okay, I'll start. I'm getting all my notes out. Okay, so I chose Gave Up, the last song on the main album. I thought it was an incredible end to it with the static going out and just keeping screaming, don't know why, like just it's yeah, and just this incredible like screeching sound by the end of it. So I absolutely love that. Number 2, so I wanted to show you guys, this is my original of the mini disc that came with the album in 1992.
I say you won't see that very much.
So, yeah, this is the original, and that has Physical and Suck on it. And I chose Suck as my second. He wrote that with Pigface. Did not like the way it turned out with them, so he redid it. And I freaking love this song to death. I could listen to this song over and over for an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe, yeah. So I could just keep listening to that. So Suck, great song. Then number 3 is Wish, which is a favorite at concerts. Again, it's screeching, it's mean, it's loud, it's aggressive, like you said. And, when I got this album, I was also pretty mean, angry, and aggressive. So It fit me. Let's see. So 4, I use Physical because I love it. I also love the Adam Ant version of Physical. It's such a great song, and I love the way that Trent redid it. I think that he turned it even sexier, and at least for me. And I always love a good Adam Ant song. And then number 5 was Last.
Nearly enough credit.
No, Adam Ant does not get any credit as far as I'm concerned with how music evolved.
I can't say I've ever given that man a chance. I know who he is. I know he is. I've been introduced to him, but I just never really got into him.
Goody two shoes.
And he was so damn sexy in the early 80s. Yeah. It was just like, I loved watching his videos. They were always full of sex. And he's
Adam Ant was Morrissey if Morrissey actually had musical talent and wasn't a complete prick.
Total dipshit. Yeah. Yes.
Sadly, Morrissey ended up getting all the fame that Adam Ant should have gotten. Essentially, is what
it's so funny. I was I noticed that Morrissey's coming to the MGM next week. I think I'm like, no, he's not. Because he's not showing up, and if he does, he's doing one song and leaving. So good luck to you if you bought tickets.
Yeah, Morrissey is. I have no patience for Morrissey, and
I do love the Smiths. I do. I absolutely adore the Smiths.
I like the Smiths, but Morrissey is just one of them people, man. Like he's like Roger Waters to me. Like he's, musically. He's okay, but then he opens his mouth, and then it's like, the shit Roger Waters said recently, and then Jack. I love Jack so much. He replied to Roger Waters, and he's like, "My dad always thought you were a cunt. Thanks for confirming it." I was like, I love it. Like it was just the most. Only Ozzy's kid would get away with saying that, but it's true. Like Roger Waters is just such an insufferable prick. Like,
he really is.
And I love Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd's like my favorite all-time band, but I can't listen to the early shit because of Roger Waters, man. It's like, dude, just shut the fuck up and play music. Like your opinions are so off base, bro. But anywho, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go off track.
All good. So, CJ, what were your top 5 for?
I had 2 main ones. Number 1, I had Physical, just because Adam Ant, and my other one is Happiness and Slavery. I dig that song. That one's not quite as overbearing in the production, a little bit, but
And it also comes right after Help Me, I'm in Hell, which is just like
Yeah.
he slows things down for a little bit. So it feels like
Exactly.
you've
So
had a chance to breathe.
right. And that's what I'm saying. Like there's a couple spots on here. Like Pinion kind of isn't as bad. But then like second Pinion ends, man. It's just like da 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 da. And it's just like, whoa, like take a breather there, bro. Like take a breath. But I mean, I get what I was trying to do with this. I really do. And the association with Pigface makes sense because he kind of does the same thing on some of his stuff too. So it is what it is. I don't have to love every single thing. I can move along and listen to other stuff by him that I love. So, it will never diminish
Exactly.
the respect that I have for him.
So, my top 5 on this. I mean, it's easy to get a top 5 off this because there was only like 5 real tracks on this album, so it's pretty easy. Happiness and Slavery is my number 5. That's a fun song. I feel like it's a little troublesome nowadays with that title, but it is what it is. It's a good song, and that's not what they're going for with it. I get that, so it is what it is. But I was really careful about how I wanted to use that in my intro. Just very careful about that. My number 4 was Suck. That's a really good song. I freaking enjoyed the hell out of that. I never heard that before, and that made me happy. My number 3 was Wish. And as soon as he started singing, I'm like, wait a minute. Why do I know this song? I know this song from somewhere. And I'm like, thinking about it. I'm like, no. I'm like, Satanic did a cover of this song on his Chapter 3 album. And I'm like, oh, that's where I know this song from. I didn't know it was a Nine Inch Nails song. I thought he just did it. I didn't freaking, who might know this shit? So, I mean, I was like, oh, he did do that. Okay, that's what's up. So I was like, all right, that makes this song even better in my opinion. So it's number 3. I mean, it's actually kind of cool. I actually just send it to both of you for shits and giggles at a later time. But he does like more of almost like a rap version of the lyrics though. So it's kind of like interesting. But he's good doing the screaming shit too, because it makes sense actually, because he did a version of Hurt too. So number 2 for me was Last. That was another song I never heard that I really enjoyed the hell out of. And my number 1 had to be Physical. I knew that song, and that song's always amazing. So it's not to me that was 9. I'm like, that's 9 Nails. I'm like, okay, yep. I'm like, that's right up there next to Closer, kind of in my opinion. So it's I got to hear an EP I never would have heard otherwise. So I'm down for it always.
Sweet.
To continue on the discovery of new music today.
Yes.
CJ, what album did you want to bring?
So I brought this one just kind of as I was interested after you brought the Nail Bite the other week, just for you to hear it kind of in comparison to that. It has a lot of similarities, but a lot of better elements, I thought. But at the same time, I am 100% fully aware that this is not going to be a record that everyone is going to like. It is a very polarizing record. Some of the content on this record is strange, weird, but almost in a Trent way, kind of like of just throwing the rules out the window and, sonically going all over the place. So I brought, he's a guy from Australia. His name is Kim Dracula. The band is Kim Dracula. The record is called A Gradual Decline in Morale. And not a record for the faint of heart. A number of videos have been banned in multiple countries because of their content. So yeah, for good, bad, or indifferent, Kim Dracula is basically what I brought for you guys to sort of be irate by this week.
Yeah, Yeah, his videos would make Cradle of Filth very proud. I just want to say that, but they definitely
Would make what?
Would make Cradle of Filth very proud. Because I'm honestly surprised that half their videos aren't banned in most countries. But Jen, what did you think of Kim Dracula?
Well, okay, I have my notes here, and I wrote, I like a good concept album. A good concept album. This one was he really did throw the kitchen sink at you. Yeah, really. And the first thing I started, the very first song, let's see, was it My Confession? I think it felt very like it started out with Red Hot Chili Peppers, then moved to Korn, then went to like some other thing, like it was interesting. But it was all really, there was no transition. It was just like in your face, like, how can I really say it? There were so many riff changes and styles that happened so fast, and I wrote down, this guy really wants to be Jonathan. Oh my God, Korn. In which the 14th song is Jonathan Davis. In the 14th song, 70 Thorns, Jonathan Davis joins him. And I'm like, Jonathan Davis is also sounding extra Jonathan Davis in this as well. So yeah, it was interesting. The influences you can definitely see. Mr. Bungle, I could definitely feel that coming from it.
That's one of his major influences.
Is it? Yeah. So. And they're great. I absolutely love Faith No More, Mr. Bungle. They're
he's actually a huge fan, not so much of Mr. Bungle, but Phantomos.
Okay.
Is who he's a huge fan of. So.
Okay, yeah. So for overall, I enjoyed the second half more because it felt more consistent and more. What else did I say? More consistent. And more cohesive.
Yeah.
He kind of toned it down at around the 13th song, Rosé, and kept it more consistent. And I started to really enjoy the album after that. It was the first part of the album that I just felt like he was trying to put way too much in every single song that he could possibly get.
What can I say about this, CJ? Oh my God.
Give it to me. I've talked enough shit about yours.
See, but that's the problem about this. That's the problem. Once again, you bring me something I never fucking heard. I never give a chance or heard of, and you fucking blow me away. You did with the fucking what was it? The Coop last week? Like freaking.
Oh, the Coop, yeah, the Coop.
Like, which this is reminiscent of the Coop, 100%. But the first song, I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? I'm like, this is like if Prince had a son and he went and got all the band members from Dog Fashion Disco and he said, you know what? Let's do a song with the Beastie Boys and let's do a song with Hot Chili Peppers and then let's do a song with this band. It's like they just basically are touring with different bands and are like, hey, let's do a fucking song with them today. I mean, really, really Dog Fashion Disco reminiscent. That's really what it hit me up. That's why when Jen said Mr. Bungle, I was like, that makes sense.
He's a huge fan of Ghostmane as well. So you'll hear a lot of like Ghostmane when he does the rapping parts and all of that.
And
there's a lot of Ghostmane influence.
There's another band I fucking heard in there too. I was like, what the hell? But I immediately started thinking of Prince in the first song. Like I immediately started thinking of Prince. I'm like, this is very Prince-like music almost. Like the way he jumps around.
The My Confession one where he's saying "work it,
yeah."
Bitch." I was like Britney Spears. What?
no, that one, dude, is
No, the first one is.
The song where he's like "work it, bitch." That is through and through. That is Oh God damn it! The band that Jimmy Urine fronts.
Oh fuck! I know this. I can't think of it.
Don't need no water. Let the motherfucker burn. That one. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals. It's
Oh,
basically what that.
Bloodhound Gang. Bloodhound
Yeah,
Gang.
that's basically what he's doing in that song. When he's doing that with that beat, he's doing like a Bloodhound Gang type of.
Yeah,
thing.
the Bad Touch. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that. I love that freaking album. But I mean, this band is just Kim Dracula is just so many. It reminds me of. Honestly, it reminds me the most. The band I can relate to the most is Motionless in White because it takes so many elements of things I know and puts it into one music. Like so many elements. Like, and I love Motionless in White, so I freaking loved Kim Dracula. I immediately followed them on Spotify after hearing that first song. I'm like, okay, I need to hear everything else they've done now. This sounds incredible. This sounds like I like my music to be pure chaos. That's why I like symphonic metal. I want
this is it.
I like pure. I want pure chaos in metal. I want music that makes people turn their heads and be like, "What the fuck are you listening to?" So,
Well, what was interesting was the very end of the album, it moved to Killdozer, and I liked that. So I was like, hey, maybe I should be listening to this album.
oh, that's what I was thinking of. Dave Matthews Band. I heard Dave Matthews Band there too, kind of, and I was like,
Really?
like in the first couple songs, I heard some Dave Matthews Band type, like in the music more than the lyrics, obviously. But
I know what you're talking about. I don't agree with Dave Matthews Band, but I know what you're talking about as far as
like there's almost like that instrumentals from like Too Much, the Dave Matthews Band song Too Much off the Crash album. Like it's from that era, Dave Matthews, in my opinion. But I freaking love this band, dude. Like it freaking like blew me away. I was telling my friend at work who's like into a lot of he loves Nine Inch Nails. He was actually at the same concert you went to the other night, Jen, and he's been wearing his freaking sweatshirt since he got back from it. But
I've been wearing mine too.
But I'm like, dude, have you ever listened to Kim Dracula? He's like, I've heard him. I don't like him, but he doesn't like anything freaking different. He's stuck in the '90s and we'll never move on. But
no, it's a valid thing, dude, because I realize this is a band that is very over the top musically, and it's absolutely if you don't have a huge open mind or a large taste for different styles of music, you're going to hear this and just be like, what the fuck am I listening to? Like, this is just a giant mess of shit. But at the same time, if you are open-minded about music and you do listen to multiple genres, you can pick things out of where, like the Mr. Bungle stuff, the Mike Patton influence, the Korn influence, the Ghostman influence, the different things of all things that he sort of listened to growing up, and he sort of melded it all together into this.
I'm happy you didn't pick your album first, because honestly, I probably would have brought Motionless in White if you did, because if I heard a sample of your music, I would have been like, yep, Motionless in White. Bring it on. Third album we're bringing on the show of them. And I didn't bring any of them. That's the funny part. But
too, so
we already brought on the best album though, so that kind of sucks. But he needs to put out a new album. It's been like 3 years now. He hasn't put out an album, and I'm like, dude, you just did your best album ever. You need to come forward with something even greater. Like, come on, give me it. There's nothing. I want to hear him try to beat Spring the End of the World, because I don't think he can do it. But well, CJ, your album. What are your top 5 for Kim Dracula? Which he is a guy, right? Kim Dracula, because I mean, I saw pictures of the videos, and I'm like, what am I looking at? I'm like, I don't like to assume genders, but what am I looking at?
No, he has sort of a Danny Filth type of look when he performs with the face paint and all that.
Oh, I love that. Don't get me wrong.
And he's definitely a guy. I think his real name is Marvin.
Really?
That's great.
He has like a what the hell is his name? It's I'm sorry. His name is Samuel Wellings. That's his real name.
That's still funny. That's still funny.
But anyways, my honorable mentions. First one is Make Me Famous. It's not that I like the song so much. The video is very, very dark. Banned in like 14 countries. The ending of the video is just horrific, man. Like you know, there's that trope of you never show violence against a child in its graphic form. And he basically threw that out the window from the jump in this video. So while I understand the message of the song of violence in schools and school shootings and blah, 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 I also completely understand why this is banned in multiple countries, because he like went way out in the left field on this video. You know, I mean, it is not for the faint of heart on the video side of it.
There's a reason a lot of my favorite artists don't make videos. Just saying.
Yeah. The other one is my other honorable mention is Kitty Kitty, because it wouldn't just that reminds me. It reminds me of Lords of Acid. Like it has this Lords of Acid type of tongue-in-cheek lyrical thing, and you know the way he's singing it in this sort of jazz swing.
I was thinking like my life with the Coco Cult.
Like, that too. But the way he's sort of singing it in this sort of jazz swing style, while the background music is like almost like System of a Down, is just like okay. the contrast in those two things is great.
Well, yeah, actually, I didn't have that on my list, but that song kind of did remind me of like Gore's "Have You Seen Me."
Number 5 for me, what do I got? Number 5, Land of the Sun. It was the first one because it's very much a Mr. Bungle, Phantomos style.
I heard. What do you call it? Faith No More. I heard Faith No More in that song.
Again, it's Mr. Bungle, Phantomos. They're all Mike Patton. So, yes, you heard exactly right. Number 4 is the 4th song. Luck is a Fine Thing. Give it a chance. That song is like Korn meets jazz swing meets early My Chemical Romance meets Broadway. You know, it has all these style changes, and then at the end when he brings in this big, almost like Michael Crawford type of phantom voice where he's singing, you're just kind of like, okay, where the fuck did that come from? Number 3, the cover of Iris. Such an unconventional choice for a band like this.
That blew me away when I heard that come on. I didn't recognize the song name. And I heard the song. I'm like, no fucking way.
Yeah. And he stayed fairly close to the original. I mean, not as melodic of a singer as Johnny is, but whatever. Number 2 is Undercover, because again, it has all these multiple time signatures and changes, and you know, again, another band I adore. I've talked about him, is Maximum the Hormone, and he has a very Maximum the Hormone approach to music. Well, my favorite one, and it's been my favorite one from the first time I listened to this record, is 70 Thorns, because it opens up. It's a King Diamond song, you know, with that, and then it drops into the Korn thing. You know, Jonathan's on it, and then it takes like 314 signature jumps musically. Hold on, my computer's acting stupid. I'm not even using Zoom.
Fucking computers.
Mm-hmm.
It happens.
Zoom is not responding. I'm not even using Zoom. Anyways, you know, I like 70 Thorns because it, like she said, it kind of throws the kitchen sink in there, and it just has all of this chaos going on. and it goes from sounding like Korn 1 minute, King Diamond 1 minute, Cradle of Filth 1 minute, and then it has jazz swing, and it's really the epitome of this whole record, kind of in a nutshell, of just being weird and strange.
Which is my kind of music, but I'm telling you, if you think "Make Me Famous" is a fucked up song, you listen to Team Death playing Columbine. Holy fuck, that song will.
No, I'm not saying it's a strange song. I'm saying the video is very graphic with the.
If they made a video for that, I'm sure they would have been freaking martyred all over some
the whole school
somewhere.
Shooting thing and gun violence in schools and shit.
I actually brought that in the show with Harley was the guest in the show. That when Chanty was my co-host still, and I brought that Team Death album on, and they heard playing Columbine. They're like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, that song will bring you to tears if you're in the right mood. Like it's
so
just.
Did you watch the video for "Make Me Famous"?
I did not yet. If I can even I think I did see it on YouTube. So yeah, I didn't watch it yet. I didn't have time to really watch too many videos today, except for my album. I basically watched the whole album on YouTube because it's freaking amazing. But Jen, what were your top 5 for?
Okay, I'm just looking around here. So I have for number 5. What did I do? Luck is a Fine Thing. Then what? I had the lyrics on my iPad. Like I was reading the lyrics as I was listening to it, so I think it had something to do with the lyrics. Number 4, I liked Reunion and Reintegration.
Yeah.
Then 3, 70 Thorns. I enjoyed Rosé. I thought that was a fun one. It's a very fun one. So I really like that one. And then where's the last one? Superhero. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Superhero.
And CJ, I think I outdid you in this album because I got 4 more mentions. I couldn't get enough of this album. Honorable mentions are fast. So Land of the Sun is my first honorable mention. That definitely had a freaking Faith No More. What the fuck's the name of that song? It's from the same album as Epic. What the hell is the name of that song? Oh my god. It's about war. But
not Pigs of War?
No, not the remake they did. But I forget the name of the song. But my next honorable mention was "Luck Is a Fine Thing," which that was one of the first ones to make on my list. It was a really fun song. Superhero was an honorable mention because that was a really fun song too. Almost gave me like They Might Be Giant vibes. But and my last honorable mention was "Make Me Famous" because I actually didn't really get what that song was about until you guys started saying it. And I was like, oh, that makes sense now. I didn't realize that by hearing the song. I'd have to listen to it again with that in mind and really hear it, I'm sure. But I thought it was just a fun song, and from what I saw, it's the most popular song off the album. But
let's go. Video is
I'm sure that makes sense. That makes sense. It all came together when you said that. But number 5 is "Are You?" because that song's weird, and I'm like, who is he supposed to be talking about? Like the way it just keeps saying "Are you a pedophile?" I'm like, are you talking about my daughter's biological father? What? But my number 4 was 70 Thorns. It's Jonathan fucking Davis. He's a god in my eyes, and the lyrics in it were freaking amazing. I'm sick of feeling like I'm a villain in the first degree. Fucking A. That's Korn lyrics. That's fucking Korn lyrics. Number 3 was Rosé because I fucking love that song. It's fun as shit. Fuck. That's as good as a Maelstrom drinking songs, for God's sakes. But number 2 was My Confession because I literally said when I heard the song, I was like, it sounds like if Prince's brother stole beats from Hey Arnold.
From Hey Arnold?
Like the freaking music Arnold would put on his room when he went to his like cool ass room. He'd put on like the music on the stereo. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like that jazzy ass shit that he would play always. And my number one was Undercover because total dog fashion disco adultery vibes, and the heavy guitar to saxophone transition was fucking amazing. So like it reminded me of of the Private Eye song on Adultery. Like that's what it really reminded me of. It's the Private Eye song. All it was missing was like the smooth talking parts of it. But I fucking loved Undercover. Like that song blew me away. But yeah, this fucking I knew you told me I was gonna like Kim Dracula, and once again you're right. Like it's fucking.
I didn't know if you would like it so much. Is when you brought Nailbite, like they had a lot of the same elements, the same mindset. It just wasn't executed as well.
Yeah.
And he relied way too heavily on like his pig squeals as opposed to using
I should have brought their first. I only went with it because of the year, but I should have brought their actually no, I went with it because it was a newest release, but I should have went with their first album. Their first album's a little bit different. But
I'm just saying, like eventually, as far as Nailbite goes, I could see them landing here, like going in this direction. You know, they've got the talent for it. They just need that. Like I said in that show, they need the producer or the guy to. They need somebody to steer the ship a little more.
If they wind up with like Kim Dracula with their sitar involved, I'll be happy as shit. So I'll be a pig wallowing in mud. But all right, well, fuck. I guess it's that time of the night that I look forward to every episode. My album. And let's see. I didn't know what I wanted to bring for 9 Inch Nails. I mean, Manson crossed my mind fucking immediately, but I'm like, no, that's too predictable. I don't like to be predictable. I'm like, and I looked in the year the album came out. I'm like, shit, everything that came out this year that I'd want to bring, I already fucking brought, and there's not really anything there that's like tempting me at this point. I'm like, all right, let's look through artists I want to bring on the show, but I haven't had a chance to yet, and I think they'll kind of. And I'm like, yeah, you know. I'm like, the things I've talked with Jen about before, movie wise. I'm like, you know, I think she actually would like this band and some of the messages they sing about certain movie franchises. So I'm like, you know what? I fell in love with this band when my friend at work showed me one of their videos, and I started digging everything they put out at that point. And basically, it was all the singles for this first album they've done. And they're a weird freaking band because no one knows who they are yet to this day. They just are. All their videos are animation. It's kind of like Gorillaz, where I mean, except like Gorillaz, nobody knows who these freaking people are, and well, except the one guy who's guested on their album. But they're freaking incredible, and their songs are all about like 90s 2000s kids and like what they had to grow up with and what they're like today because of the way they grew up. So I'm bringing Lost Souls Lore album because it's just phenomenally funny and well done, and it's got great music. I love the singer, I love the guitarist and bass player, drums, every part of it is fucking phenomenal. I can't get over how good this band is. I can't wait to see what else they do. I mean, they just released their first album this year. So, I mean, they're not going to be putting on their album probably at least for a year or two, but still, it's so freaking good. And I couldn't get enough of it. I'm like, I got to bring it on. I'm like, I've been saying I was going to bring it on for months now. And I'm like, I finally have a chance to bring it on. I think it'll be appreciated. I'm doing it. So, Jen, if you have to break my heart, break my heart. But what'd you think of Lost Souls?
No, I don't think I'm going to break your heart. No, I'm not a metalcore girl, but I have the same sentiments. I looked at their backstory. They grew up in the same neighborhood in foster care together. So I thought that was, really interesting. And yeah, they are those kids that we are. Right. I absolutely adore that they kept talking about Luke Skywalker. And I knew like Magic the Gathering. I'm like, this is totally okay. I know what this is. They probably did D&D at some point too. But no, I mean, overall, for someone who doesn't listen to metalcore, it was really interesting to me and a lot of fun.
And plus, their videos are freaking amazing because like in the one video, the popcorn machine starts going off, so they start like matching the popcorn machine on the instruments, and it's freaking perfect. Like it's hilarious. They're freaking it's entertaining. They do little shorts too, I think, where like it's like just them fucking around, and it's almost like gonna become like a mini pop culture thing where like people are gonna follow them eventually. They got to get out there, and that's why I want to bring them on the show because like I want to be able to tag them on YouTube and shit and be like, yep, we talked about them, and people. I've had artists reach out to me and be like, thank you for having our album on your show. Dogfish and Disco, every time they hear that I have an album of theirs on our show, they fucking give me like a thumbs up and a thank you on Instagram. So it's
Sweet.
I love hearing when artists actually get back to us. It's always fucking awesome.
Yeah, and I definitely like the Gorillas style like videos. Those are really fun. I love looking at all. I think I don't remember which song was it. Mosh Lord. The posters they had behind them, which was like Magic the Gathering, My Chemical Romance. Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I don't listen to metalcore, so it was a good.
It's not typically my genre either by any means, but it kind of blew me away. Like this, I'll get to it when I get to my songs, but it blew me away. My number one, so got me into them, and my coworker knew immediately I would fucking die loving them with that fucking song. But CJ, what did you think of Lost Souls? My biggest critic ever.
That'll probably be the one to break your heart.
Every week.
I wrote, production is good. Lyrics are great, but they're overpowered by mundane vocals with too much reverb. I noticed like some of the songs vocally, it had too much reverb on the end of it, and it kind of like, got a little monotonous and annoying. But overall, for it being metalcore, not terrible, because metalcore is sort of the one subgenre of metal that I don't like or care for. I can deal with black metal, death metal, even weird shit. But metalcore just kind of is like, metalcore and gent are both just like, when you start screaming the way metalcore singers do, or when you start doing the like the fucking jet guys do, like Animal as leaders, for example, just fucking annoy the piss out of me because I'm like, I don't get them at all. We went to see Dream Theater a while back, and they were one of the opening bands for Dream Theater, and everybody was like, oh, they're so great, and I'm just sitting there like, get the fuck off the stage, dude. You guys suck. Like, I get it. You can play guitar, jerk off. Like, he's just like, like, you're not fucking Zappa. Get the fuck off the stage. Like my friend's like, don't be an asshole. And I was like, dude, he fucking sucks. Like, he's terrible. Like, he's not playing anything. He's trying to be Zappa. He's being weird for the sake of being weird, And I couldn't wait for them to get off the stage because Devin Townsend was the other band, and I waited 30 years to see Townsend. So I was like, get the fuck off the stage. I want to see Devin, dude. Like, my buddy was there for Dream Theater. I was there for Devin. I was like, I didn't give a shit about Dream Theater or fucking Animal as leaders. I was there to see Devin. So
I would have been there for Townsend and Dream Theater. Fuck, that's like a dream concert. But
yeah, it was, and I'm. Oh my god, he was so fucking. But anyways,
I love Dream Theater. I love Dream Theater.
Production is very clean on this. I'll give him that. Other than the vocal reverb thing, tone that down a bit. The two singers thing throws me a little bit.
Well, there's only two singers in the one song. The rest of them, like the guitar players and the bass players,
go back and forth. Is it the same guy doing clean vocals and the other one?
It's the harsh vocals are the lead singer, and then the clean vocals are the bass and guitar player doing like backup vocals. Like
okay, that's what I'm saying. They go back and forth between like the Linkin Park thing and then the metalcore.
That's what I kept thinking was the Linkin Park thing kept coming in on it.
Well,
to me,
I
it was like,
wish.
pick
I
a
wish.
genre. That's what I kept thinking. I kept thinking, pick a genre.
Well,
Like,
I'm not gonna lie. I am a huge Linkin Park fan before Chester died. I refuse to listen to the newest album. I fucking refuse, because you cannot replace Chester. I don't care who the fuck it is, unless you're gonna get someone I know that's famous and is really good at what they do. You're not replacing Chester. Like, no, not with this chick that can't sing for shit. I'm sorry, no.
She can sing. It's just
It's not Linkin Park. It's not Linkin Park. Like, change the name.
She's got that very Lacey Sturm type of voice. It's that very middle of the road, modern female voice.
It's not fucking Linkin Park. I've said it a million times. Hashtag change the fucking name. Like, don't try to be Chester and fucking Mike. You're not gonna be. Like, it's not. You can't match Chester's fucking screams and his fucking, even his clean vocals. You can't match them.
I give her a lot of credit. I with due respect, I give Emily a lot of respect solely based on the fact she has walked into a nearly impossible situation.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's kind of the same as Alice in Chains, and then Nancy Wilson comes in. But Nancy Wilson, I mean, her vocals are incredible. So
right, but it's like, you're gonna get those situations. Brian Johnson, when he took over for Bon Scott, you're gonna get those situations where you're never gonna live up to the hype or what preceded you. So you just gotta do you, and you're either gonna win them over or you're not.
I mean,
you can't dwell on it. Like, you just gotta do it.
It's funny. I see those polls on Facebook all the time where it's like old Linkin Park, new Linkin Park, and everybody votes for old Linkin Park. Nobody votes for new Linkin Park. Like, it's not gonna happen. Like, it's not gonna fucking happen. But
Stone Temple Pilots have a singer. You don't hear about them because
I mean,
God.
It's you're not Sabbath. You can't replace a singer and still be as amazing. Like, it's not gonna happen.
Alice in Chains has got a new singer, and
really?
Alice in Chains. William Duvall, but he's just a singer. Like, he's not Lane. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's never going to be Lane, and he'll tell you, "I'm not trying to be Lane." Well, good, because you're not. Like,
but nobody can be Lane. No one.
Skid Row, when Sebastian left and Johnny took over. Johnny was a very good singer for what he did, but he was not a Skid Row type of singer. He was much more of a.
You're not being Sebastian Bach.
He was much more of a.
No.
He was much more of a junkyard, Tora, Dangerous Toys type of singer.
I will say I love Sebastian Charlock voice, but so all right, for this album, for my album, the last album of the night, I had less honorable mentions than I did for CJ's album, so that's saying something. But there's also less songs. But my first honorable mention was Mosh Lord. I love the guest spot by, I forget what the hell his name of his band is, a Ghost Within or something like that. But I love that I love the two of them in the video together. Like, they're so freaking good. And the other album I mentioned has Shallow Graves. It's a really good fun song. My number 5 is Letter of Resignation, because it's got like the video especially has like an Office Space feel to it. Like, it's kind of like Lil White and Jelly Roll did with I Don't Give a Fuck. Like, it's kind of like that. Like, it's just like, I don't give a shit about this job. Like, this job is fucking shit. Like, it's just, honestly, if I ever quit a job, letter of resignation, I'm going to fucking blast on boombox as I'm walking out the office. But my number 4 was Like and Subscribe. That video is perfect for this day and age. Like, stop making idiots famous. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
Like, you think you're special, you're not. But my number 3 is Dopamine. I'm never on time, and I don't need to be, because I'm a motherfucking hit machine. Like, I fucking love that lyrics. Like, that is perfect. And I mean, it's true. Our generation was spent so much dopamine towards our teenage years that just, it takes a lot to amuse us nowadays. My top 2, they're going to be my top 2 regardless, always. Number 2 is The Return just because it's basically a worship song of Luke Skywalker. Like, and the Mandalorian fucking reference, like, he even did a flip with Grogu on his back, just like he did with Yoda. Like, it's just fucking, I love it. I love it. Like, the fact that they actually mentioned the Mandalorian, like, in their fucking song, it makes me smile every time. And my number one is the song that got me into them, and that's Childhood Died. When a Jedi died from being tired. Like, it just made me die laughing the first time I heard it. And the fact that they scream, Kylo Ren's a bitch. Like, it's like, yes, thank you. Thank you. Like, this is the way we all of us feel from our generation about the new Star Wars movies. Like, thank you. You fucking nailed it. Hammer on the fucking head. Like, there's nothing you could say more perfect than what you said in that song. And I mean, to write a whole song around the new Star Wars movies is just like they won me over with that. Like, I was gonna listen to anything they did after that point because it's just these people get me. They get me. They get my generation, and not many bands can say that anymore. So it's perfect. Like, and yeah, the Magic the Gathering and all those. I mean, I never played Magic, but those references, like, it's all stuff I grew up with, like, and around me. So it makes me feel nostalgic of better times. But Childhood Die is just a fucking gem of a song. I can't get over that song and how good it is. Like, I can't believe I didn't cry when Han Solo died. I should have cried. Like, it's true. I should have fucking cried when Han Solo died. It was a fucking horrible, horrible way to kill him off. Like, I mean, I get it. It made sense in the movie, but it's a horrible way to kill him off. Like, Jesus. Don't let his bitch-ass emo son kill him off. Like, it should have been Snoke or fucking the Emperor.
There's certain endings in movies that
it wasn't even an ending. It was just like the fucking middle of the movie, and they fucking kill him off. Like, it's like, God damn it.
I finally got to see Clerks 3.
I haven't seen it yet. Don't ruin it. No spoilers.
Okay. Because okay. I'll shut up then, because
I know the main storyline, but don't ruin it. It's fucking but yeah, I mean, the fact that Han Solo died in the middle of a fucking movie, not even by like a real villain, but by Kylo fucking Ren. Pissed. I mean, DJ doesn't like space movies, so I know he's never seen any of the new Star Wars, so I know he doesn't get these references.
A single Star Wars or Star Trek movie.
I did, but I just didn't get into them, and I don't watch any of the Disney stuff, so
it's worth a watch once, I'll say that much, but that's about it.
It lost me with space movies when I was forced to watch 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Oh, I was telling my son that is the worst movie. I can't stand that movie.
That is one of those movies that does not hold up to their fucking fame at all, and it's horrible.
No, dude,
it's terrible.
I still remember my initial reaction is, when is this fucking thing gonna end? The first 5 minutes. The first 5 minutes is the only good part. But I'm just saying, like, it's one of the movies that's just entirely too fucking long, and that's the thing with sci-fi. They're just too fucking long.
But if they're good, like the original and prequel trilogy of Star Wars, they're worth it. But not the fucking sequels. No.
I'll take your word for it.
But Jen, what were your top 5 off of Lost Souls album?
Okay, let me find these. Okay, top 5 was Childhood Died. I do love the whole Star Wars Luke Skywalker thing. That was hilarious to me. I loved Boosters or Plastic Crack is number 4. Talking about it's like chasing the dragon, but literally. I loved that. The Return is 3. Just the utter disappointment in it is just so good. Then let's see, what else did I do?
Well, no, the return is not about disappointment. The return's about
he's been waiting 30 years for it.
Yeah, and it's pure happiness because like we waited. Yeah, like they even say like even though it was a deep fake of the real Luke Skywalker because it was Mark Hamill, it was still like amazingly done and it was what we wanted, not the bullshit. Yeah. Not the bullshit Disney gave.
I loved. I wrote that down too. When did deepfake look so fucking clean? That was great. Then number 2, Letter of Resignation, because I just absolutely loved this flaming bag of shit's my resignation. And then number 1, Mosh Lord. I really enjoyed Mosh Lord a lot. Just the sentiment in general, and then some dicks to kick. And then at one point he goes, "Oh fuck," because he got kicked in the stomach or something. I really like that one a lot.
Mm. And CJ, what were your top? What number you had?
So one of the reasons I wrote the lyrics are great. I'm because of my brain injury, I'm terrible at remembering like sets of lyrics. But I remember a lot of what you guys quoted. You know, it had some pretty tongue in cheek, cool lyrics. So the two that I have written down, I have Remember My Name. And then I also have Shallow Graves are the two that musically kind of jumped out at me and I thought were cool. You know, sadly, I have a really hard time remembering lyrical content. Unless I listen to something like a ton of times, then it'll stick with me. But one of the things from my brain injury is my short-term memory is just completely fried. So if the lyrics haven't been with me for 30 or 40 years, I probably won't remember them.
Did you watch any of the videos, CJ? I gotta ask.
No, I didn't get a chance to. I barely got this finished before the show started. It is such a chaotic week that, you know, it was one of them things I was rushing to kind of finish.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, if you get a chance, go check them out because they make the songs so much better when you see the actual videos.
I'm sure it sounds like they probably will. So I may actually just jot it down and maybe do some reactions with them.
You should.
I might do some fun stuff for reaction videos. So,
100%. They do actually. There are some reaction videos out there already for them that are fucking hilarious. So I'm not a fan of reaction videos typically, but I do once in a while. I'll check them out for like Stardust and stuff like that because I want to see people be blown away by the amazingness of certain artists. But which, Jen, if you ever checked out Stardust, me and CJ both recommend Stardust. But
Stardust, okay.
Stardust, yeah. Israeli symphonic metal band that's fucking phenomenal.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
One part Nightwish, one part Dream Theater.
Yep.
Basically
and the singer has one of the best voices I've ever heard.
She's amazing.
Oh, fucking I was just listening to My Haven the other day and I was like blown away by like how she makes like pop songs sound so fucking good. Like it's just and the happiest bassist you ever fucking see in a music video. I swear to God, every song he's in, he looks like he just snorted so much crack.
Dude,
so
I don't know if you've ever been to Prague Power. I go every few years. It's this music festival. They do in Atlanta. But they announced, my buddies go every single year, and I go if there's enough bands. But he's like, dude, you're going next year. And I was like, who you got playing? And he's like, dude, there's 4 bands on this that you're absolutely going to come see. And I was like, okay, who? He goes, the number one headliner is Evergrey. And I was like, okay, I've gone every single time Evergrey's been there. I'm there. I goes, what's the other 3 bands? And he goes, dude, The Reticent, Seven Spires, and Stardust are all playing. And I was like, oh, you shitting me? All 3 of those on this, because you know The Reticent is my friend Chris's band.
Yeah.
And then the Stardust and Seven Spires as well. And I was like, yo, I'm going. Like, I don't even care what the rest of the bands are on the other. It's a 4-day thing. Like, I don't even care what the other bands are. I'll go just for those 4 bands.
Dude, I wish I can go just for Seven Spires and Stardust. Like to hear Adrian and Stardust like fucking perform be amazing.
Yeah. And then there's other shit like Roy Khan is going to be doing a solo set plus with his new band Conception. They're both going to be playing there's all kinds of like fucking this thing is so loaded. And it's like
I was just listening to an Habitation song today for the bracket Sunday that Roy Khan's on. I fucking love Roy Khan. Yeah. I thought many years down the road when my newborn is old enough, I can actually go out to do things again someday, maybe when I have money.
Or you'll
But
do them with them. My son
well,
is my concert buddy.
I got 3 fucking kids. I don't want to pay that much money for concert tickets. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe someday. Maybe. I mean, my oldest one is definitely. I want to take him to. I want to take him to his first ICP concert in the next like 3 or 4 years. But because that's if you haven't taken your son to an ICP concert, you should. It's a bonding experience, and it's fun. I don't care what people say. It's not dangerous. There's no crudeness. It's just family fun. But well, folks, we brought you your albums thrice, like a wheeze. Then we hit 3 albums. I can't complain about a single damn one of them. It was a fucking good show. I enjoyed this homework today and got to enjoy an album I know and love, and got to be introduced to a new artist I never heard and never really, and definitely will be hearing more of. And Nine Inch Nails is thrown in there, and I never mind hearing them. It's never a bad experience hearing Nine Inch Nails. Just not something I gravitate towards. I have something against '90s rock, '90s metal. I don't know. I think I've been burned by my original co-host bringing too much Tool and Bush, but because I can't stand either of those fucking bands for anything in the world. I think I've heard every Tool album that ever came out, and I fucking can't stand it. But fucking, their songs are too fucking long and not good. But we want to thank Jen for coming on. It's been a freaking pleasure having her on. You are always welcome back, my dear. Always.
Would love it. I'd love to join again.
Definitely.
Yeah, because knowing your background now, one of the records that I really was leaning to before this one, was the band Latex Twins, and
I feel like I've heard of them. I just don't.
Yeah,
I haven't heard them.
I didn't know what your background was musically, so now knowing that you're into the industrial thing, I'm kind of like, okay. My first 2 choices were Combi Christ and Latex Twins were my first 2 choices, and then I thought that might be a little too far into the whole industrial thing. If you're not a fan of that style of music, it's a bit abrasive. So I thought I'll go more towards here. But after hearing you talk, I was kind of like, yeah, I should have went with my first choice because it would have been right up your alley. So
and CJ, guess what? Since you picked the topic, you will be interested to know. I got sent on the list still, but I'm working on it. So still got time. Jen most likely will be joining us for the sex horror movies bracket.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Since CJ's the one who picked the topic, actually, I didn't even think of that when I invited you on the show.
Yes, I am. I grew up on horror, and I absolutely I adore most genres. Body horror, kind of a little bit, not so much, but otherwise.
I've been watching these movies a lot over the last week or so. I've been trying to get the list down so I can get to the actually scheduling a date for this because it's.
I haven't watched a single one yet, but I'll binge watch them.
It's most a lot of them are available on free streaming services like Tubi and
that's cool.
Other ones. So
pretty much everybody who knows me knows my favorite horror movie is the movie Pieces.
Oh yeah, okay.
But it's a movie that most people don't know unless you're an actual real horror film.
You bastards!
So my brother he's the one who really got me into horror, and he's written books. He's got his own thing going on, but he got me into all of the different genres when I was younger. I was watching them when I was like 8.
Yeah, exactly. Watching movies that we had no business watching.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I will tell you, I have started this sex horror bracket movie list finally. I'm like 3 or 4 movies in actually like 5 or 6 movies in at this point. A couple disappointments that were horrible, and a couple amazing movies that I fucking can't wait to talk about. But I have the list ready to go. I have to fucking send it to you. I have it ready to go on my Microsoft Teams. I just got to copy and paste it, and I haven't done that yet because life is busy. But shoot that over to you as soon as possible. And as soon as usually when I get halfway or so through the list, that's when I start saying a date because I want to make sure I'm gonna have time to finish it. But and my TV has Miss Rachel on pretty much 24 hours a day, so I I don't get time to watch anything. But now that school's back in session, I'm up at 5:30. If the wife and baby sleep in, I put on my horror movies. So because nothing better at 5:30 in the morning than a fucking sex horror movie. Ooh. But
I don't know if I'd want to wake up to that, but
I mean, okay, and that's the thing.
I was kind of disappointed that I Spit on Your Grave wasn't on your list.
no, it's not.
Trust me, this is a multi-part bracket. I forget how many parts it is.
Oh, okay.
It's in the first. I guarantee that's in the first. I guarantee that's in the last fucking part of it because that's the highest ranked movies. So I guarantee it's in the top 8 in the final part. But there are some good ones in this one. I've already found some ones I consider 4 or 5-star movies.
I'm sure there probably are. I love a shocky movie. Like I'm a massive Lloyd Kaufman geek.
Well, that's the thing. There actually is some movies in this that I was expecting all cheesy horror movies with just a lot of nudity. That's not what these are. Some of these are actually good movies with storylines that actually make sense, and I'm like, you have my attention now. I'm like, I was thinking this bracket was going to be a joke, and I'm like, it's not. You have my attention. These are some fucking. What the fuck was that one I watched? And there's little to no nudity in some of these movies. I mean, it's some of the lower ranked ones, but I mean that's why. But it's just there's little to no nudity in some of these movies. I'm like, all right. I'm like, you still have my attention because these are good horror movies. So fuck it. I'm like, I will debate these to the end of the day.
Forward to it then.
Yeah, I just had the major thing online. I got banned from a Reddit thing because I had this argument with this idiot about, he was railing on about the new Toxic Avenger being played by Peter Dinklage, and that's sacrilegious and bullshit and blah blah blah. And I was like, obviously, zero about Lloyd Kaufman or the Toxic Avenger.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, what do you say that? I was like, because if you know anything about the Toxic Avenger, the original storyline for the Toxic Avenger, he literally was a fucking dwarf. Like they're finally doing it correctly. They didn't do it correctly to any of the original ones because they wouldn't allow them to do it that way. Lloyd literally fought to have a midget, but they thought it was going to be offensive if you had a midget do it. Blah 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 blah, or a little person. Sorry if I offended anyone, but that was the whole thing. Like they're finally getting it correct. Peter is who should have played it from the get-go. Or Warwick Davis or somebody like that.
It's actually
go ahead.
It's actually funny because the guy who made those movies, who was the producer, he was on Comic Book Men years ago. And Comic Book Men was on TV, and that was one of the funniest. That was one of the funniest fucking episodes of Comic Book Men when he was.
I've interviewed Lloyd. Lloyd is
he literally what's
most awesome people.
What's the name of his company again?
Trauma.
Yeah, okay, I thought so. Yeah, because he literally came onto the set of Comic Book Men with multiple women in bikinis, like behind him doing a conga line, like chanting Chroma. Like it was fucking classic. But
I just remember seeing them on the video as they came on. I think it said Trauma Video on it. I could just picture it from the beginning.
But
Lloyd is a character. And I'm such a Trauma fan. People don't know it, but a lot of my music reactions, a lot of my podcast stuff has Easter eggs to Lloyd in them, and the colors and the things I say, and people don't even pick up on it because
they're not that big fans.
Yeah, but Lloyd, when I interviewed Lloyd, I told him that, and then he went back and he emailed me back like a week later, and he's like, dude, I would have totally missed that if you wouldn't have pointed out what you said. And he's like, I see what you did here and here and here. And he's like, I love that. And I was like, I love a terrible movie. Like I just, I love a schlocky, shitty movie that had no business being made, but there it is,
Well, if people love a shitty horror movie, then you'll love our brackets. But right. we watch plenty of them. Trust me, I have plenty of 1 stars I've watched and had to sit through. I fell asleep during they're one of the newer sex horror movies, and I was like, oh my god, like I expected good things out of a newer one, and I'm like, they literally give a warning in the front of the movie, like, warning, this movie depicts scenes of sexual trauma, and basically like this shows this movie's about rape, like that's basically what it said, and I'm
Yeah.
like I expected it to be like fucking like I Spit in Your Grave or like that type of movie. Nope, nope, nowhere fucking near that. I'm like,
I still
wow.
remember seeing that movie for the first time, and
I'm like,
not
I'm like,
realizing.
Yeah, I think I saw that one a little too young.
Right.
I'm like,
going into it, no idea what it was
I'm,
about, and then you're
I,
halfway through it, and
I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm like, why give that warning if you're not gonna actually show any scenes that actually depict anything, or what? I mean, just because the idea is there, and I mean, yeah, this woman gets her revenge. Like, fuck, it's a good revenge movie, but it's nah. I mean, it's all it is a good revenge movie. I mean, if you want to see a woman chop a guy's leg off, it's a good movie. But other than that, like they don't. Or if you want to see a guy's erect dick for a good 5 minutes, then sure. But I'm like, this movie has no nudity besides that, and like one pair of tits for like
righteous
five.
gemstones.
Right, just jumps.
No,
Yeah, every single episode had a dick out.
no,
Last
I,
season, man, you
I
could
really,
tell
I,
that was
like,
having entirely
like,
too much fun.
like, like 3/4 of the way through this movie, I was literally looking at the other letterbox reviews just to see what people thought of it, and I'm like, one of them's like, oh, so they gave this guy Viagra so he could have a fucking erect dick for 5 minutes straight. Okay, good movie. And it's like, yeah, that basically sums it up for you. But we'll get to that when we get to that bracket, folks. There's so much to talk about in that bracket. It's not even going to be funny. Well, besides talking about the witchcraft movies, that might be funny. But Jen, where can
Yes.
they find where can they find you? Where can they find your podcast and everything about you?
Yeah, they can find me at When Not Yet Becomes right now. It's like I said, I've just hit a year and I'm excited to keep going, telling people stories. And you can find also, if you want to find my Moody Monster here, you guys haven't probably seen him. So this is Moody.
I've seen them, but
And
yes,
Moody, you can rip them apart, get all that frustration out. If you have, I use them every day, especially during like
I,
some Zoom meetings where it should have been an email. Uh, but yeah, no, I mean, the kids are loving them, and I love sharing them with the
did
world.
didn't he just get introduced in something special? I believe.
Yes. So the toy book is an industry book. And for the fall preview, they put Moody in. I just got MESH accreditation, which is for mental health for kids. So they put that into the toy book. And I can't believe I've been mentioned in a big industry book.
Well deserved, and I see
Thank
all your
you.
LinkedIn. I see all your LinkedIn posts, so I know all about my Moody Monster, and I 100% support it.
Thank you.
Might have to get a couple from my kids. I'm just saying because they are pretty moody, especially my oldest son. I don't quite get that one, but okay. Um, well, my only son, I should say. But CJ, where can they find you if they so freaking dare?
The website is musicgodscjplane.rocks, ROCK. That's something like that. Pretty much everything is going to get pointed there. I'm going to be making the announcement soon officially. Noise Report is retired. We're going to kick off the Mosh Pit Manifesto soon to take its place. It's lost my fucking train of thought. New books coming out this year. We have the horror comedy. All Men Are Cremated Equal. It's basically Van Wilder meets Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And then, of course, we have the hair metal books. The Woulda, Shoulda, Coulda, 101 bands that should have, could have, and would have been famous if not for whatever reason. All of your, Tora, Spread Eagles, Stark Island, Sea Hags, all of those type of bands. No Dawkins, Bon Jovi's, LA Guns, Guns N' Roses, any of those bands. that's pretty much where. And for those of you that are interested, my buddy is on TikTok. He has a great Gen X shirt that everybody needs.
I love that shirt. I just recently saw it and I need that.
Yes, I need like
T-shirt.
314 of those for every day of the week.
In different colors.
Yes, it's just,
That's your buddy's design?
It's one of his designs. He creates.
That's incredible.
He has his normal stuff. He does QR codes, and you can like scan the QR code, and it's everything from a middle finger to the Trump dance to a Rick roll. There's all kinds of different ones, so you never know. I have a ton of them that I wear, and I always get a kick out of people that will walk up and scan the code on my shirt and then be like, "Oh, mother," because it'll be like the Rick roll one or the Trump thing or just whatever, like just something normally to piss someone off or whatever, just to be Gen X, basically. My buddy, he has a t-shirt company, and all of his t-shirts are basically designs that are inappropriate in some kind of way.
Always good.
My kind of guy. Kind of guy.
Yeah, they're Gen X t-shirts, basically, is what they are. They're, like you said, that could have been an I think he actually has a t-shirt that says that could have been an email. So that's why I laughed so hard when you said that, because been there, done that.
Yeah, I think everybody has these day and age, but that's for sure. That's for fucking sure. But folks, you can check out your musers on Facebook as Squatchy Largefoot, on Twitter and the Gram, Twitter and the Gram as at Juggalo Bastard. You could find us on YouTube as Maniacal Music Musings. The only place to see everything we've ever done is on YouTube, because you change your podcast host one time and you lose everything. So yeah, but YouTube, check it out there. We're also available on all podcasts if you want to see the latest and greatest. And come back next week for what is already guaranteed to be a fun episode. Guess we'll see. But I know CG already gave me a big to it. But
oh yeah,
yeah,
not a fan of them. I'll get through it, but not a fan of the artists.
We'll talk about those fields of gold next week. But and also come this Sunday, not this Saturday, because the fucking person who picked the bracket is pissing me off. But this Sunday, the third part of the Avantasia bracket. It's been a fun bracket so far. Let's see if it continues. This playlist is fucking phenomenal, so I can't wait. But come back this Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern and check that out. Until next time, folks, your musers are out. We gave you a long one. As she said, be happy with that. And we want to thank our guest, Jen, for coming on. Have a good one.